Okay, so these are some miscellaneous signs that may come in handy to know for your classroom. Some are going to be directions that you would be giving kids. Some are going to be various people throughout the school that they will want to talk to or that you'll want them to go talk to. Some of them will be things that they might ask for. So just a variety of things that you may or may not see in the school building. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the word sit. So obviously a lot in school you're asking your students to sit down. The first thing you're going to do is put two fingers out level like this, and on your other hand you also have two fingers and they kind of act like legs sitting over the bench that you've created. So sit. On the opposite end of that, you may need your students to stand up for a bit. So for stand, you have palm up with a flat hand, and then two fingers on your other hand creating legs, and then you make a little person that stands. So stand. So you have sit and stand. If your students are getting a little rowdy and you're asking them to quiet down, you're going to take two hands and just kind of push down. Quiet down. The next one is listen. So now you've got them quiet and you have directions that you need to give to them, so you need them to listen. And it's just the letter L and you put it next to your ear. Listen. If you need them to read something from the book, you're going to put one hand out in front of you, and this will be like your book. And then the other two fingers on your other hand, just like the I'm watching you that you do to people sometimes that you did when you were little because it was funny. You're going to bring your fingers from your eyes down to the page. Read. If you need them to write something down, you leave this flat hand here as their writing surface, or their book or their piece of paper. And in your other hand, it's almost like you're gripping a writing utensil between your pointer and your thumb fingers, and you just move it across the page like you're writing. Write. So you have read and write. You're going to read and write in your book a lot, so just show them that you need them to get out a book or that you want them to do something with the book. You have your hands in front of you and you just flap them open like a book. Twice. Book. Referring to yourself or other teachers, the sign for teacher is almost as if you're taking off the hat, and then robes, like you're gesturing that you're wearing robes. And you can't tell, but my hands do move all the way down from about my shoulders down to my hips in this kind of motion. So hat, robes is teacher. Now in the same vein, student, you're going to end with the robes, but before you did hat for teacher, you're going to have flat hand, and then from that flat hand bring your other hand just straight up, and this will typically be lower, more towards your waist, but you can't see that in the video. So I think of it as they have a book here and information coming out of the book because they're students who are learning. So students start off the book and then robe. So student. And full, my hands are down here, but I would go all the way up maybe to about my face. Student. Another person they may need to go see during the school day is the nurse. So especially if you have students who are disabled, who are nonverbal, a lot of those students may need medication. So for nurse, you're going to hold one hand out flat, and with your other hand you're going to sign almost like you're signing N. You're using two fingers because it is the sign for N, but instead of signing N, you're going to tap your wrist like you're taking a pulse. You just tap twice. Nurse. The nurse gives you medicine. So for medicine, you're going to leave that hand out flat, bring your other hand, and touch your middle finger of your other hand to the palm of your flat hand and wiggle it. Medicine. They may ask to go see the nurse. They may ask to go to the bathroom. Bathroom is just simply making a fist. When you make the fist, you're going to take that thumb and stick it between your pointer and your middle, almost like you're going to sign the letter T. But then you just simply hold it and shake. Bathroom. Maybe they need to go get a drink of water. To ask for water or to recognize the sign for water, you sign the letter W, and then you touch it to your chin twice. Water. If a student understands something, if you want to verify that the student that you're speaking to is understanding the information that you're giving them, you hold one fist right next to your head and then point your finger up and then move it upwards. Understand. Almost like you have an idea. Understand. And if they don't understand, or if you want to ask, do you not understand, do that same motion but shake your head while you do it. Don't understand. If a student needs help with something, if they're working on something that's difficult and they need help with it, or if they just need assistance with tying their shoes or zipping their coat or something like that, you're going to make a fist with one hand, just like this, almost like you're holding, I don't know, flowers right in front of you or something. And then with your other hand, you're going to take a flat hand and cup the bottom of that fist and then raise it up. So, help. And it comes up from kind of your waist area. So I realize that I'm doing it quite high in the video, but I just want to make sure you can see. Help. Or help. When a student is done with an assignment or done with a task, they will want to tell you that they're finished. So for finished, this is another sign that's about waist level, but I'll do it up high so you can see it the first time. You just take two hands and you sweep them across like this. Finished. Finished. Or when you're down here, finished. And lastly, if while you're asking a student if they're learning, you don't really ask students if they're learning, but it's just a good sign to know, I think, as an educator. But the sign for learn is you have your book out in front of you, and with your other hand you're going to pull the information from the book and put it in your brain. Learn. Learn. So in this whole video we have covered sit, stand, quiet down, listen, read, write, book, teacher, student, nurse, medicine, bathroom, water, understand, don't understand, help, finished, and learn. So hopefully that you can get some use out of these signs. If not you personally, maybe your students are trying to communicate some of these needs to you, and now you'll be able to understand what they're saying. So practice these a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.